Okay, review 7, Form B. This is your review for tomorrow. You need to take it home after we are finished and make sure that you can sit down with your parents or anyone and make sure that you can answer every one of the problems. Again, remember, these tests are very similar to the test you'll take tomorrow, right? Okay. All right, here we go. What is the best estimate of 7 7/12 minus 3 1/6? Okay, so what are we going to estimate 7 7/12 to? What are our benchmarks? Go ahead, Harvey.
8 because half 12 is 6 and 7 is 1.
Okay, so remember we want to estimate from 0, 1/2, or 1/2, right? Okay, so we're going to look at this fraction right here. Tell me something about 12ths. Rayleigh. Okay, what is half in 12ths?
6/12.
6/12 is our half. So are we close to 7, 7 1/2, or 8?
7 1/2.
7 1/2. So we want to round that to 7 1/2, right? Well, but what about 3 1/6? Are we closest to 3, 3 1/2, or 4?
3.
Okay, why?
Because it's 1 away from 3.
Okay, because if we have 6 pieces and we have one of those, we're pretty close to the 0 mark, right? So we want to estimate that to be 3. So 7 1/2 minus 3. 1/2 minus 0 is?
1/2.
1/2. And 7 minus 3 is?
4.
So our estimate would be?
4
4 1/2. Remember those benchmarks, guys. Remember those. Those are what you're either going to be.
dividing by.
Yep. You're just going to, these are the 3 that you want to remember where you're close to. Okay, Mina spent 6 5/6 hours drawing last week. She spent 2 1/4 hours of that time drawing on Sunday. Select, there's that word, all the equations that can be used to find the number of hours, H, Mina spent drawing the rest of the week. Okay, so we want to find out how much she spent the rest of the week. What information do they give us? What information do they give us?
She drew a total of 6 5/6 hours.
Okay, so a total of 6 5/6. Those of you that are still not writing this down, you need to be writing it down. Okay, what else do we know? What else do we know? Yes. On Sunday, she spent 2 1/4 hours. Okay? So that's what we know. Select all the equations that can be used to find the number of hours Mina spent drawing the rest of the week. Okay? Now, because it's giving us the 2 different ways, first of all, how are we going to find out how, if we didn't have to write an equation, how would we find out how much she spent the rest of the week? What would we do? Subtract, okay? So let's do our box model because that helps us see the equations. So what is the total that she drew?
6 5/6 hours.
6 5/6 hours. Okay? It gave us Sunday as what? 2 1/4, and we need to find the rest. Okay, now this is what's going to, and they called the rest what? What was the variable that they called it? H. Okay? So this is what's going to help. Remember, if we have a total and a part, what do? If we have a total and a part, what do to find the other part?
Subtract.
Subtract. So we're going to subtract 6 5/6 minus 2 1/4 equals what? H. Yep. It gave us a variable. Now, if we didn't know the whole, what would we do to find the whole if we knew the two parts? What would we do? What would we do if we had the two parts and we needed to find out our whole? So if we had the whole in one part, we would subtract. What do you think we would do if we had the two parts and needed to find the whole? We would add, right? We add our parts to find our whole. So what would our equation look like? 2 1/4 plus h equals 6 5/6. So let's look at our options. 2 1/4 plus h equals 6 5/6. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes. Are we going to subtract those to find h?
Yes.
Well, it tells us, oh, yes, we are. Okay. 2 1/4 minus h. Do we subtract those two to find that?
No.
No. Do we add these two to find that?
No.
Can I subtract this from this to get that?
No, because you don't know.
Okay, but it just wants you to write an equation. It doesn't want you to solve. It just wants you to write the equations. Can I do that? Yes, that is another option. 6 5/6 minus h equals 2 1/4. So our last E is correct as well. Okay, tomorrow on the test, it will have 3 answers. It's the same thing, okay? Add these to get this. Subtract these to get this. Subtract these to get this. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody understand that? Good. Okay, number 3. Ryan picked 6 1/2 cups of berries from his garden. He used 3 3/8 cups to make a fruit salad. If he needs 3 cups of berries to make a pie, does Ryan have enough berries left to also make a pie? Okay, so first off, we want to know if he has enough berries to make a pie, and we know he needs 3 cups. What information do they give us?
He picked 6 1/2 cup.
Picked 6 1/2 cups. Good. Then what? What else do we know? Use 3 3/8 cup. So he used it. So what do you think we're going to do? We're going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Subtract. So 6 1/2 minus 3 3/8. Can we do it right now?
No.
No, we have different denominators, so we have to find a
Common denominator.
common denominator. What's the first question we ask?
Can 8 be divided by 2?
Good. Is the answer yes?
Yes.
So then our denominator is
8.
8. If we have the same denominator, we have the same.
Numerator.
Okay, how do I find the equivalent fraction of 1/2 and 8? How do I go from 2 to 8?
Times 4.
Times 4. What do I do to the bottom?
Do to the top.
1 times 4 is 4. Now can I subtract? Yes, and it's good. 4 eighths minus 3 eighths equals 1/8. Now what do I do?
Subtract the wholes.
Subtract the whole. 6 minus 3 is
3.
3. Now, is that in simplest form?
Yes.
Why?
Because 1 is prime.
No, 1 is the numerator. Good, 1 is the numerator. Okay, so let's go back to our question. If he needs 3 cups of berries to make a pie, does Ryan have enough berries left to also make a pie?
Yes.
He does, right? Because he has an extra 1/8 cup left over. So yes, he has 3 1/8 cups of berries left. Yes, he has 3 1/3 cups of berries left. No, he needs 1/8 cup more berries, or no, he needs 1/3 cup more berries.
Yes, he has 3 1/8 cup of berries.
Yes, good. So A is the correct answer. How many feel comfortable with that problem? If our answer would have been 2 7/8, would he have had enough?
No.
No, he would have needed another 1/8 of a cup, right? Okay, number 4. A scientist mixed 1 9/10 liters of water and 4/5 liters of vinegar to make a solution for an experiment. How many liters of solution did the scientist make? Okay, what tells us what to do?
How much did you make?
How much did he make? So what are we going to do? What operation? Add. So we have 1 9/10 plus 4/5. Can we add it right now?
No.
No. We have to find a common, see, my brain already did it. That brain, yep, just on it's just on autopilot. Okay, what's the first question we ask?
Can 10 be divided by 5?
Yes, can 10 be divided by 5?
Yes.
So what's our common denominator?
10.
10. If I have the same denominator, I have the same numerator. How do I go from 5 to 10?
Times 2.
What I do to the bottom?
I do to the top.
Okay. 9/8 plus 10/8, 9/10 plus 8/10 equals
17.
17/10. Bum, bum, bum. Can I leave it like that?
No.
I've got to turn it back into a mixed number. There's 2 strategies that I can do. What's one of them?
Take out 10.
Take out 10/10. Take out wholes, right? Or I can do 17 divided by 10. Which should we do?
Take out 10.
Take out a whole?
I say that's a lot.
Okay, so what's a whole in tenths? 10/10. So that's my whole right there, right? So I'm going to put that over here as my whole. 17 minus 10 is?
7.
And what's my denominator? 10. Okay, is that in simplest form?
Yes.
Because
7 is prime.
7 is prime and 10 cannot be
Divided by 7.
divided by 7. Okay, 1 plus 1 is 2. So, how many liters of solution did the scientists make?
2, 7, 8.
2 7/10. Okay, fist to 5 on that one. How you feeling about that one? Is that a 1? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, good. All 5s. Here we go. What is the sum of 7/8 plus 1 3/4 plus 5/6? What does this word mean? To add. Okay, so here we go. Now, I can use the associative property to switch them around and add 2 first and then add a third one. Or can we just add all 3 at the same time?
We could.
We can, can't we? Okay. So, we need to find a common denominator for all 3 of them. Ooh, I've got a 24. What would be another guess that you would think?
16.
18. If we say 18, 4 is knocked out. 16, 8, and, 6 is knocked out. 24. Good. If I didn't know that, what can I do? Write the multiples and find the least common multiple. But I think we're getting pretty good to where we can find multiples, right? Okay, how do I go from 6 to 24?
Times 4.
5 times 4 is?
20.
How do I go from 4 to 24?
Times 6.
3 times 6 is? How do I go from 8 to 24?
Times 3.
7 times 3 is?
21.
So I need to add 21, 18, and 20. So 1 plus 8 is?
9.
2 plus 2
4.
plus 1.
5.
So 21 24ths plus 18 24ths plus 20 24ths gives us
59 24.
59 24ths. Okay, we have 2 different ways. We can either take out wholes, which are 24 24ths, or we can divide. Which would you like to do?
Take out. Take out.
You want to take out wholes? Okay, we can take out wholes. So what's a whole in 24ths?
22. 24.
24. So 59 minus 24 gives us 9 minus 4 is 5. 5 minus 2 is
35.
35 24s.
Take out.
So I'm going to circle that to know that that was my first hole that I took out. Can I take out another hole?
No. I mean, yes.
Yeah. If it's improper, we still can take out another hole. So I'm going to take out another 24 24s. I'm going to circle that to show me that that's another hole. So 35 minus 24s gives us 11 24ths. Yes, because we cannot take another 24 24ths out, right? Okay, so what are we going to carry over to our holes? 2. We took out 2 holes, right? So we've got to go and take that over to our holes. Okay, 2 plus 1 is 3. So let's look at 11 24ths. Is it in simplest form?
Yes.
Because?
24 can't be divided by 11, and 11 is prime.
Good. So our answer is
3 and 11 24.
3 and 11 24ths. Now, I'm going to do that really quick because I have this square right here. I want to show you really quick to do the division, right? So, 59 divided by 24. 59 divided by 24. Well, because we already solved how many 24s we can take out, how many can we take out? 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract. Okay? My remainder becomes my denominator, and my divisor is my, numerator. And we get the same answer. Kind of went a little quicker, huh?
But still.
So if it's really close and you're only taking out one hole, I would just do the takeaway. But if you can see that you're going to have to take out more than one, it probably gets a little easier to do the division, to switch it back into it. Okay. The table below shows the weights of different packages of meat at the store. So package A weighs 1 8/9 pounds. Package B weighs 2 5/6 pounds. Package C weighs 2 3/5 pounds. Package D weighs 1 7/8 pounds. Jimmy needs about 5 pounds of meat to make hamburger for a party. Which 2 packages, so I'm going to box that because that tells us something. Which 2 packages should he buy? Okay, so this is a place where estimating might come in handy. Okay, so we want to get he needs about 5 pounds. So that's the number we want to get close to. So let's estimate. Why would I estimate? I'm going to estimate because that's going to help us say, oh, 3 plus 2 is 5. Those 2 might work. But is 7 plus 5 going to work? No. But we can estimate and kind of say, oh, this one might work with this one might work with this one. Okay, so 1 8/9 would be estimated to what?
2.
2. 2 5/6 would be estimated to 3. 2 3/5. Ooh, 3/5.
Probably 2 1/2.
2 1/2 is half of 5, so that's going to be about 2 1/2. And 1 7/8. 2. Now, we need to look and say which 2 might work. And he needs about 5 pounds.
C.
So we want to get the one that's going to be the closest to 5 pounds. Okay, so what did you say?
D.
Okay, B. Did you say D and B?
Mm-hmm.
B and D, let's try that, okay? So what is B?
2 5/6.
2 5/6 plus 1 7/8. Now, let me ask you why you didn't say A, B first.
Because that doesn't have an answer down as bottom.
Oh, really?
No, there is no A and B.
Well, there you go. Good thing that you guys went and looked. That's a good testing strategy. A and B is not an option. Because that would have been my first guess, right? Because that equals about 5. But you guys, smart as you are, you saw that A and B is not an option.
So,
Okay, so we're going to try D and B. Okay, what's our common denominator? We found it earlier.
24
24. How do I go from 8 to 24?
times 3,
7 times 3 is?
21.
How do I go from 6 to 24? 5 times 4 is? You should be writing this down. I'm going to make you turn this in if I keep seeing people just not writing it down. Okay, what's 20 plus 21? 41 24ths. Okay, 2 strategies. We can take out wholes or we can divide to make it a mixed number. What do you want to do? You still want to take out wholes?
Yes.
All right. Okay, if I take out 1 whole, what's a whole in 24ths? Okay, 41 minus 24. Can't do it, so I need to regroup. 11 minus 4 is? And 3 minus 2 is? I'm going to circle that so I know that can I take out another 24 24ths? No, so what am I going to do with this 1 whole? Yep, go put it in the holes. Place value. Okay, 17 24ths. Tell me about that. Is that in simplest form?
Yes.
Because?
24 can't be divided by 17, and 17 is prime.
Good. Okay, now what do I do?
Add the ones.
1 plus 1
2.
plus 2. 4. So that gives us 14 and 17 24ths. Let's go back and see if that answers. Jimmy needs about 5 pounds of meat.
That's pretty close.
Does that mean that he can be less than 5?
Mhm.
Yeah, because it says that he needs about 5 pounds. He doesn't need more than 5 pounds.
He doesn't need exact.
And he doesn't need exactly 5 pounds. Which 2 packages? You guys were answered it, found the question pretty fast.
Nice.
Okay, number 7. 6/7 minus 2/3. Tomorrow I want to see this. I want you to put it on top of each other. So that if you miss it, you can go back and say, where did I go wrong? Okay, can I do it right now?
No.
I need a
Common denominator.
common denominator. What do you think the common denominator is?
21.
Yep, 21. How do I go from 7 to 21? Times 3. 6 times 3 is? 18. How do I go from 3 to 21?
Times 7.
2 times 7 is?
14.
Okay, now can I subtract? 18 21st minus 14 21st is? 4 21st. Now, here's the loaded question. Is this in simplest form?
No.
Yes.
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 Okay, 21 can't be divided by 4,
But 4 is
but 4 is not prime. So what are our factors of 4? 1. No, those are multiples. Go back to factors. 1 and 4. 2 and 2. Okay? What are factors of 21? 1 and 21. 3 and 7. Do they have any common factors other than 1?
No.
So is it in simplest form?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay, 6 and 4/9 plus 9 and 3/4. 6 and 4/9 plus 9 and 3/4. Okay, we're going to add which first?
Our fraction.
Our fractions. We need to find a common multiple, common denominator of 9 and 4. If I don't know, what do I do?
Find multiple.
This is where I find multiples, right? Okay, do you know what it would be? 36, good. Okay, how do I go from 4 to 36?
Times 9.
Times 9. 3 times 9 is?
27.
How do I go from 9 to 36?
Times 4.
4 times 4?
16.
Now can I add?
Yes.
Okay, 16 plus 27. 7 plus 6 is? 13. Carry my 1. 2 plus 1?
3.
Plus 1.
4.
So we have 43/36. Can I leave it like that?
No.
No. This time I'm going to have you do the division. So what am I going to do? Say it.
43 divided by 36.
Good. 43 divided by 36. Okay. How many 36 can I take out of 43? 1. 1 times 36 is 36. Can I take 6 from 3?
No, gotta regroup.
Nope. Regroup. 13 minus 6.
7.
3 minus 3.
0.
Is there anything to bring down?
No.
Can 7 be my remainder?
Yes.
Because it's smaller than my
Denominator.
divisor.
Whatever.
Okay, this now becomes, my remainder now becomes my
Numerator.
numerator. What's my denominator?
My divisor.
Divisor. Okay, so I've got 1 and 7/36. So that leaves the 7/36 there. And this 1 goes into my holes. 1 plus 9 is plus 6. So 16 and 7/36. But we need to find out if that's in simplest form.
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
36 can't be divided by 7, and 7 is prime.
And they don't share anything. Good. So our answer is 16 and 7/36.
Perfect.
Okay, number 9. Becky combined 12 2/3 ounces of blue wax and 15 2/5 ounces of yellow wax to make a green candle. How many ounces of green wax did Becky make? Okay, what do we need to do? What words in there tell us what we need to do? Okay, how many ounces? What word is there?
Combined. And.
She put them together. So we're going to go quickly because the bell's going to ring in about. Okay, so 12 2/3 plus 15 2/5. What do I add first?
The fraction.
The fractions. What's my common denominator?
15.
Give you a minute to get that down. Okay, how do I go from 5 to 15? Times 3. 2 times 3 is? How do I go to 3 to 15? 2 times 5 is? 10/15 plus 6/15 equals? 16/15. What can you automatically and easily say we want to do on this strategy?
Take out a 10.
Take out a whole. Not a 10. Take out a whole. A whole is 15/15. So where does that hole go? Up here in our holes. Okay, if 16 minus 15 is? And 15 is our denominator. Is this in simplest form?
Yes, but the numerator.
Good. The numerator's 1. We know it's in simplest form. Okay, 2 plus 1 is? Plus 5. And 1 plus 1 is? Okay, so let's go back to our question. How many ounces of green wax did Becky make?
28 1/15 ounces.
Now, if you are doing this on the computer, this is for those that are at home, hopefully they're listening. If you put ounces in there, you're going to get it wrong. And I'll try and tell you which answers need labels and which not, because it already said how many ounces. So according to we contacted this company last year because we're like, how are they supposed to know? But because they said how many ounces and they already asked you for the ounces, you don't have to repeat it. So if you were taking this online, you would just put in 28 and 1/15. Okay? So if you're taking this test at home, I will hopefully email you which ones you label and which ones you don't. For those of you taking it at school, I always want you just to label it. Okay? Just to get in that habit. Okay, a football field measures 109 and 1/10 meters long and 48.5 meters wide. How many meters longer is the length of the football field than the width? What word tells us what to do?
How many more?
How many meters longer? Tells us to do what? Subtract. So 109 and 1/10 minus 48 and 1/2. What do we do first?
Find a common denominator.
Okay, what's our first question we ask?
Can 10 be divided by 2?
And the answer is?
Yes.
So our denominator is?
10.
Good. If my denominator is the same, my numerator is the same. Okay, how do I go from 2 to 10? Times 5. 1 times 5 is? Whoa. Can I take 5/10 from 1/10? Can I take 5 from 1? No, I have to do what? Regroup. Okay, so who's going to give me something?
The 109.
109 is going to give me 1, right? So now that becomes, they give me 1, I have 8. So what is my 1 in fractions? 10/10. This 1 is where you got this. Now I have 1/10 and 10/10. So how much do I have?
11.
Yeah, you add them. Because I had 1/10, they gave me another 10/10. So now I have 11/10 minus 5/10. Does that work?
Yes.
Okay, so 11 minus 5 is 6/10.
It's not simple.
Ooh, yes, I'm so glad you caught that. Why is it not in simplest form? They're both even, so they can both be divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is?
3.
10 divided by 2 is?
5.
Why?
5 can be divided by 3, and 3 is prime.
Good. Okay, now what do I have to do?
Subtract the whole.
Subtract the wholes. 8 minus 8 is? 0. Can I take 4 from 0?
No.
So I need to
Regroup.
regroup. 10 minus 4 is?
6.
And 0 minus 0 is?
0.
Okay, so again, because it didn't say, oh, it does say how many meters longer. It just you don't have to put meters, but if you're taking it here on paper, I want you to label it. So how many meters longer is the football field, length of the football field than the width?
60 3/5 meters.
60 and 3/5 meters. Thumbs up if you understand how to regroup when we have a fraction that we cannot subtract. Okay, good. Number 11, 3 more. Let's see if we can get it done. We got about 6 minutes. Kanya swam 5/8 miles last week and 4/5 miles this week. Estimate the total number of miles she swam. So what does estimate tell us to do?
Round.
Yep, kind of round. What's our benchmarks in fractions?
1, 1/2. 0, 1/2, 1.
Okay, there's our benchmarks. 5/8. Tell me about 5/8.
It's about 1/2
Okay, how do you know it's about 1/2?
because it's 1 away from 4/8, which is 1/2.
What is 1/2 in eighths?
4/8.
4/8. So it's pretty close to 1/2. Okay, 4/5.
Probably just 1.
Okay. What do you think? What? Probably just 1.
It's 1 away from a whole, which is 5 bites.
Yeah, it's 1 away from a whole. If the numerator is 1 less than the denominator, you're pretty close to a whole, right? So we'll estimate that to be 1. So it says the number of miles she swam. So are we going to add or subtract?
Add.
Add. What's 1/2 plus 1?
1 and 1/2.
So she swam 1 1/2 miles. about. We probably should write about 1 1/2 miles. Because that's an estimate, right?
That might not be close.
Okay, Jesse is 4 1/2 feet tall. Roberto is 6 1/3 feet tall. What equation can be used to find how many feet taller Roberto is than Jesse? Now, it says use an equation, so tell me about that.
It's a problem with an answer.
It's a problem with an answer to, so do we have to solve it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, what words tell us what we're going to do in there?
How many more?
Find out how many feet taller. Yep, how many feet taller Roberto is. So what are we going to do? Subtract. So 6 1/3, because it says how many feet taller is Roberto than Jesse. Okay, we have about 5 minutes to get the rest of this done. Okay, what's my common denominator? 6. How do I go from 2 to 3?
Times 3.
1 times 3 is 3. How do I go from 3 to 6?
Times 2.
1 times 2 is?
2.
Okay, 2 6 minus 3 6. Can we do it?
No.
Nope. What do we have to do? Regroup. So I'm going to take a whole from them. What is a whole in 6? 6 6. So now I have 2 6 and 6 6. So how much do I have? 8 6 minus 3 6 equals? How do I know that's in simplest form?
Because 6 can't be divided by 5.
Oh, nope, there's another rule. Charlie. Yes, the numerator is 1 less than the denominator. Good. Okay, now that we got to do my wholes. 5 minus 4 is 1. So how much taller? Oh, but we have to write an equation. If you just put the answer here, you're going to get it wrong. So I have to write 6 1/3 minus 4 1/2 equals 1 5/6. And I'm going to put a feet there.
So easy.
Okay, Omari went to the zoo on Saturday. He spent 2/3 hour in the monkey house, 1 5/6 hours watching animal shows, and 1 1/4 hours walking around to see the other animals. Write an equation to estimate about how many hours he spent at the zoo. There's that word right there. So we have to estimate. So 2/3. What do you think 2/3 is going to estimate to be?
1.
1. 1 5/6. Is that closer to 1, 1 1/2, or 2? 2. And 1 1/4. Is that closer to 1, 1 1/2, or 2? 1. So what's our equation going to be? Because it says use an estimate.
1 plus 2 plus 1.
What's 1 5/6?
Nope. It says use the estimate. 1 plus 2 plus 1 equals, because it's an equation,
4.
equals 4. Now it says how many hours did Omari actually spend at the zoo. So now what do we have to do?
Add them all.
2/3 plus 1 5/6 plus 1 1/4. Whoa, I chopped off my 1. Okay, what's my common denominator? What's my common denominator? Nick. 12. I'm glad you didn't say 24. Would 24 have worked? Yes, but we probably would have had to simplify, right? Okay, how do I go from 4 to 12?
Times
1 times 3 is?
3.
How do I go from 6 to 12?
Times 2.
5 times 2 is?
10.
How do I go from 3 to 12? Times 4. 2 times 4 is?
8.
So now I've got 8 plus 10.
It's 24.
8 plus 10.
Plus 3.
18 plus 3.
21.
21 twelfths. Okay? So do I want to take away wholes or do I want to divide?
Take away wholes.
Okay? Take away wholes. What's 21 minus 12? 21 minus 12. Can't do it. What's 11 minus 2? 9/12. Our first thing we say is that is that in simplest form?
Yes.
Oh,
No.
look again.
Simplest form is
So I've got no. So
Oh, yes. I mean, it's not in simplest form. It's not.
it's not in simplest form,
Both of
right?
them
Both of them can be divided by
3.
3. 9 divided by 3 is? And 12 divided by 3 is? 4. Now, is that in simplest form?
Yes.
Because? Yes, the numerator is 1 less than the denominator. So there's my fraction. Now I've got to go do what with this hole that I created?
Add it with the other
Yep,
ones.
got to go take it into the hole's place values. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is?
3.
3. So we have 3 and 3/4. Well, is that close to our estimate?
Yes.
It is. So it's a reasonable answer. So 3 and 3/4 what?
Hours.
Hours. Okay, I want you to take this, go put it in your backpack, go through it with your parents. Make sure you know how to do every problem for your test tomorrow. And then you're excused to head out to recess.